Hey everyone, welcome back to M&MM PTE NAATI. This is Manmohit. So guys, in today's video, it is going to be a very important one. I am going to discuss in detail about respond to a situation with our new template after all those changes that happened in August 2025, how to get a perfect 90 in your exam in the speaking section, how to get a perfect score in this topic. So all those things is what I'm going to share in today's video, including template, how to answer, what sort of note taking is needed, pretty much everything you need to know about this particular topic so that you can also get a perfect 90 like I did, like Mohit did, like so many of our students are getting their perfect 90s in speaking by using this exact method in their actual exams. Just before I start, if you need help and support with your PT Academic, PT Core, Nati Hindi, Nati Punjabi or Nati Gujarati, we do have online coaching with one-on-one feedback support available all 7 days a week. You can get in touch with us on either Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp. The number is there on the screen, or you can search for M&MMPT Nati on Instagram or Facebook. The links are there in the description. The WhatsApp number is there in the description. Message us, have a chat with us, talk to us on phone so that we can create a plan with you and help you to clear these exams in your very first attempt. Now, let's start with this one by looking at respond to a situation topic. Now, starting with the number of questions and scoring. Now, this is slightly different for PT Academic and PT Core. Everything else remains the same, the template, the way we perform this topic, every single thing. Just the number of questions and scoring is slightly different. Now, people who are giving PT Academic exam, you can expect either 2 to 3 questions, and people who are giving PT Core, you can expect 2 to 4 questions. So you have a chance that you may get one extra question in your PT Core exam. And in terms of scoring, for people who are giving PT Academic, they would be getting about 10 to 15 marks out of 90 towards the speaking section, and people who are giving PT Core would be getting approximately 10 to 20 marks out of 90 in the speaking section, considering there is a chance you may get an extra question in your exam. Now, few more important things to keep in mind. First is prompt length. Now, the text that would be written in front of you for respond to a situation can be up to 60 words. And this is what happens in the task, right? They would be giving you a written text and they're going to speak an audio which is exactly the same text that is written in front of you. So they pretty much repeat the same thing again. And they can give you text up to 60 words. Now, the main thing is answering time. Now, see, they give you 40 seconds to answer. It doesn't mean I have to speak for a complete 40 seconds for me to get a full score. Anything above 30 seconds will do the job. So I have to target speaking my answer between 30 to 40 seconds so I can make sure that I can get a full score. Anything less than 30 is not ideal. We need to target for every single question to speak above 30 seconds. And that is why a template is needed in this task. Now, template will act as a structure. It is just there to support you to go from one sentence to the other. Template itself is not going to give you any marks. Remember that. So we definitely need a lot of relevant content in it. But yes, we absolutely want to make sure we speak our answers above 30 seconds. Next, the audio begins to play automatically. After the audio finishes, we only have 10 seconds to prepare. So that's another important aspect, that once the audio is done, so see, they would be speaking out whatever you can exactly see on the screen. After that, you're not expected to speak straight away. They give you another 10 seconds to prepare. So we get 10 seconds of preparation time after the audio. And I would also consider the time when the audio is being played also as your preparation time, right? Because when they're playing the audio, the text is already written in front of you. So instead of paying attention to what is going on in the audio, I would be using that as my preparation time as well, plus that extra 10 seconds of preparation time that I have once the audio completes. Now, what do we do in that preparation time? We note down relevant phrases during that audio time and during that preparation time. So all we are doing is, and after this, when I share the template, you will realize we are picking and adding few relevant phrases in our answer. We're not just adding simple keywords, because if your exam is being checked by a human, we want to make sure that we're on the safe side. So this is keeping all of those things in mind. So we want to give them some relevant phrases. And that is why that preparation time of 10 seconds and the time when the audio is being played, we want to utilize that to write down few phrases in our notebook in the actual exam. And there are 3 things. Like any other speaking topic, there are 3 parameters: fluency, pronunciation, and content. And these 3 key factors definitely play a major role for you to get a perfect score. Now, what exactly is fluency? What is pronunciation and what is content? See, fluency simply refers to the flow of your speech, the smoothness in your answer, the smoothness of your speech. Fluency is not about speaking like a bullet train, like speaking very quickly. I do not have to do that. I need to speak at a very normal, natural volume, at a very normal, natural speed, natural accent, natural pauses. All these things are the ones that I need to keep in mind while I answer my respond to a situation, or as a matter of fact, any speaking topic. I have to make sure I speak at a very natural, normal speed. I can't speak like a bullet train. I also can't speak very slowly. A very normal speed is needed so that a computer or a normal regular English speaker can easily understand you. So right now the speed that which I am speaking is my natural speed. Everybody's normal natural speed would be slightly different, and that is absolutely okay, provided you're not speaking very quick and you're also not speaking very slow. We need to find the right balance, because if I speak too quickly, there's a chance I may make content mistakes. There's also a chance that I will lose marks in my pronunciation. If I increase my speed, my words may not be that clear. So I need to have the right balance in my flow, in my speed, and also in my pronunciation. Pauses are absolutely acceptable when you speak your responses. Yes, you have to take pauses, and it is absolutely okay. And when you look at the template, you will realize that once you finish speaking a sentence, you can take a quick pause and then move on to the next sentence. Like, they're not expecting you to speak for 30 plus seconds continuous without taking even a single pause. That's not what the task is about. You absolutely can take pauses at natural places. Natural places as in punctuations like commas, full stops, hyphens. All these places, connectors are another major ones, are the places where I can take my quick natural pause, which helps me to catch up on my breath, and that helps me in my fluency as well. In terms of accent, I do not have to change my accent at all. Whatever accent you guys already have, you simply need to stick to that same exact accent. Just for the sake of getting more marks, you're not expected to change your accent and mimic somebody else's accent. That is not what the task is. Computer can understand every single accent out there. They don't judge you on the basis of what accent you have. They simply give you marks on the basis of your fluency. And in terms of volume, how loud do I have to be in the exam? You do not have to shout or scream in the exam at the top of your voice. Remember, you're wearing headphones in the exam, which have got a mic attached right next to it, and it's sitting right next to your face. So just for a computer to hear you properly, you don't have to increase your volume too much. Even speaking at a very normal volume, a computer can easily understand you. And they give you the chance at the very beginning of your exam, which is what they call mic position screen, where you can test that mic position to make sure that whatever you're speaking, is it being recorded clearly or not. And that is where you can spend a couple of minutes to test the mic position and then only start with your actual speaking section. Talking about pronunciation, like I said earlier, it's all about being clear. Clarity plays a major role. I have to make sure that whenever I'm speaking anything, I need to open up my mouth a bit wider. We as human beings have a habit of speaking with our mouth closed. We don't open our mouth as wide while speaking to other people out there. But just for a computer to understand you properly, I want to emphasize on words a lot more. I want to open up my mouth a lot wider, let the words come out very easily and clearly. But I want to make sure if there's any words which have got S or ES at the back, or D or ED at the back, singular, plural, past, present, like all those words, all those sounds, they need to come out of my mouth very clearly. So I emphasize on those words to make sure the words are sounding very clear, clarity. And then we have content. Content, like I said, we have to make sure the content is relevant. Like, we can't just speak anything gibberish, which has nothing to do with the actual question. It needs to be relevant enough. Like, whatever the question is, whatever the situation is, whatever we are responding to that particular situation, that needs to be related to it. There's no right or wrong answers in this exam. Like, computer doesn't have a sample answer which they are going to compare your answers with. All they need is some relevant keywords. Like, are you speaking something on the topic, or have you started talking something completely opposite? And that is what they're looking for. And especially if a human intervention happens, if a human being is assigned to your exam to check your responses, there's a chance that you may even lose marks if your content is not relevant enough. So yes, we have to make sure the phrases that we're going to provide need to be related to the actual question itself. Next, this is the template. You can take a picture of that if you want, or we have also given a link for this template to download from the description box. You can click on it and you will have access to the template itself. And let's have a look at the template over here. So there's a lot of content that we're providing them. So it is absolutely a safe one to use. We ourselves have tested in our exams. I have got a perfect 90. Mohit has got a perfect 90. Our students are getting their perfect 90s even in all the sections, speaking definitely, and this template absolutely helps. And the reason for that is because it's kind of a template, but it's more like a structure which is helping you to go from one sentence to the other. And we are still heavily relying on the content part. If you have a look, it says hello. Wherever you see a bracket is where we are fitting our content in. Other than that, it's all template. So hello, person's name or profession. So here we are adding the name of the person or his or her profession. In this situation, they would definitely be asking you to address your, like respond to a situation to somebody. They would either be giving the name of that person or they would be giving the profession of that person. So we need to pick one or the other. I'm glad I got to talk to you. I'm here to talk regarding phrase 1 and phrase 2 from the question itself. So whatever situation they give you, they would definitely be giving you a situation in writing. We simply need to pick few phrases from the question itself first. We are going to write down our own phrases, but we're also looking at the phrases from the question as well. And that's absolutely okay to repeat them as it is. You do not have to make them grammatically right. You do not have to try to make any sense out of them. Just phrases. Phrase as in few words, a group of words coming together. We need to pick that from the actual question and we can speak them as it is. After that, when I display a question, you will get to know how to use it. Particularly about phrase 3 and phrase 4. So here we are going to add another 2 phrases. I would request you to kindly take this under consideration and help me come to a resolution, especially around another phrase. So phrase number 5 will go over here. Thank you very much for your time and I appreciate your support with phrase number 6. Another phrase goes over here. And if there is anything else you need from me, such as phrase 7 and phrase 8, so last 2 phrases is what I put over here. Please do let me know so that I can arrange for it and get back to you as soon as possible. And this is what I have in my template. And for 2 or 3 or 4 questions that I get in my exam, I would be using the same template in all the questions. And yes, I would be getting a full score with this because it's not just the template. I'm adding 8 phrases from it. And that's a lot of content that we're giving to a computer. And even if it's a computer, even if it's a human who's checking your responses, they're definitely giving it a pass because of the amount of content that we are providing to them. Now next, let's have a look at a question. Now this is a statement. This is what they give you and this is what they are going to play in the audio as well. Exactly the same thing word by word. So it says you need help with your final project and want to ask your teacher for assistance. How do you approach your teacher to explain the situation? And what specific points do you include to ensure you get the support you need? So here we need few phrases from that particular question. Again, like I said, they're going to play the same audio and they're going to have the same text written in front of you. So you have got a bit of preparation time in hand, 10 seconds plus when they read out the audio, like when they speak out the audio. In that time is when I need to write down those phrases in my notebook. My first 3 to 4 phrases can directly come from the question itself. If you have a look over here, you need help with your final project and want to ask your teacher for assistance. So I can pick something like need help with your final project, ask your teacher for assistance. This is what I mean when I say phrases. You can use them as it is. You don't have to paraphrase them. It's not needed. How do you approach your teacher to explain the situation? So approach your teacher to explain the situation. And what specific points do you include to ensure you get the support you need? So specific points do you include to ensure you get the support you need? So all these are phrases from the question that I can use. I still need to create some new phrases from my own side, but I absolutely can use these 3 to 4 from the question itself. Then the rest I would be creating which should have something relevant to the question. Now my question was that I want to ask my teacher for assistance. How do I approach them about the situation? And what points do I include to make sure that I get the support that I need from the teacher itself? So the phrases that I have written over here are, let's have a look. Like I said, the first 3 to 4 I can use directly from the question itself. Help with your final project. Ask your teacher for assistance. Approach your teacher to explain. Specific points to include to ensure to get the support. Exactly the same phrases word by word. No paraphrasing needed. No grammar changes needed. Everything as it is. Then I need to give another 3 to 4 so I can have 8 phrases in total. And then I would be giving some relevant ones. The project is very difficult, right? The reason I need support for a project from my teacher is because it's very difficult one. So I need to say something about the project is very difficult. It has all relevant keywords for the question. I was very sick. So I was sick, so I did not get enough time to prepare. Hence, I need support from my teacher. So all these phrases are good ones and relevant ones. I did not have the time. I did not have enough time to create the report or whatever support I need from the teacher. And please help me with a study plan. If you look at it, I'm not creating any extraordinary phrases. Like these are very simple phrases, very simple words in them. And that is exactly what I need to speak in my content. Remember, it's not just about the content either. We also have to make sure we maintain our fluency while speaking it out. So we can't just have very complicated phrases and mess up with our fluency. That defeats the purpose. So we need simple, short, to the point phrases and about 8 of them so that it can help us to get our answer above 30 seconds. Now, let's have a look at how a sample response should sound like. Keeping in mind, grammar mistakes do not matter. So when I fit these phrases in my template, I don't have to make sure that I make it grammatically right because that would involve a lot of thinking. And if you do think a lot, you will definitely mess up your fluency, which is not needed in this task. Let's have a look at a sample answer. So wherever you see the yellow part is where I've added all those phrases, and you will realize they are all word by word. Like I have not made any amendments to it. So hello teacher, I'm glad I got to talk to you. First, hello teacher. They did not give me the name of the teacher, so I just wrote down the profession. So hello teacher, I'm glad I got to talk to you. I'm here to talk regarding help with your final project and ask your teacher for assistance. That's it, word by word, no changes necessary. I could have done this. I am here to talk regarding getting help with my final project and I want to ask you as my teacher for getting some assistance. Now this is grammatically right. But if you think about it, that took a lot of thinking while speaking that phrase out by not making grammar mistakes. In the exam, it is not going to be that easy. So remember, we are still getting a full score even with making grammar mistakes. So it's absolutely okay for you to just stick to the phrases and not worry about the grammar part at all. Then, particularly about approach your teacher to explain and specific points do you include to ensure to get the support. These 4 phrases were directly from the question itself. Now let's look at the next sentences where I've included the phrases from my own side. I would request you to kindly take this under consideration and help me come to a resolution, especially around the project is very difficult. Just added my 5th phrase in it. Thank you very much for your time and I appreciate your support with I was very sick. And if there is anything else you need from me, such as I did not have the time and please help me with a study plan, please do let me know so that I can arrange for it and get back to you as soon as possible. And that's all you're supposed to do in your respond to a situation for you to get a perfect score. Yes, it will involve a lot of practice considering you still need to write down few good relevant phrases. You need to memorize the template as well. But if you do the right things, if you do the basic things right, you're definitely smashing out this topic out the park for sure. And if you have a look, wherever you see those punctuations like commas or full stops, I absolutely can take a pause over there and that will help me to catch up on my breath as well. So that is all that I wanted to share in this video about how to attempt a respond to a situation question. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments down below. And like I said earlier, if you need online coaching from me and Mohit personally, coaching, one-on-one feedback all 7 days a week, where every single student is personally connected with us in their own personal Telegram group. We don't create a group with all the students in that group at once. Every single student is personally connected with us. That is how every single student of ours get their desired score because they get their own personal feedback. If you need that, you can always contact us on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. The links are there in the description. The number is there in the description. Message us, have a chat with us, talk to us over phone so we can create a plan for you and will help you to clear these exams in a very first go. Guys, all the best if you have quarter exams coming soon. I wish you all the luck. Stay safe wherever you are and I will see you all in the very next video.